Okay, it is extremely windy, so I am talking to you from behind the chicken coop. But and also I just got back from therapy, so I have a mask face going on. But because I have been spinning a lot of yarn, and I am very excited to dye it with natural things. I want to try my hand at dyeing with the basically one of the very few things that can be found in early spring, and that is willow branches. However, I am not so good at determining what branches are willow if they don't have leaves. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to try a few places where I'm pretty sure that we have willow from like earlier years, just seeing them. And I'm going to take a couple of branches, record where I got them from, and then put them in warm water and see if when I keep them inside, they start sprouting the little buds, like the fuzzy buds that willow trees get, and then I will know for sure if they are willow or not. So let's go. We have the first seed sprouting of this year, and it's the loofahs. And this time they are sprouting very prolifically, it would seem. Today I'll be doing something that I have been putting off since December, and that is bottling my cherry mead from last summer. Our journey begins with extremely carefully carrying this bucket from the cellar to the room where I will be doing the pouring into the bottles, because the entire reason why it's been sitting here for all these months is so that the sediment that is inside the mead will gather at the bottom of the bucket so that it doesn't get transferred into the bottles. So very carefully. And since this is the room that has basically the most easily cleaned floor, this is the room where I will be doing the messiest labor of the bottle transfer. I have finally cleaned all of the bottles. It is the most annoying part of this. It's like the reason why I have been putting this off for so many months. It's like this endless game of like seeing how much soap will fit into the bottle and how to get all the soap out of the bottle. And it's just, oh my god, I'm so glad that that's done. And now it's time to do the dirty work. Ooh, it's a very nice color. one more bottle. Oh my god. This is gonna be tight. Okay, wow, this was close. I have exactly 11 and a little bit more bottles of cherry mead now. And now comes the part where the strength is needed. And that is, yeah, like, I don't fully remember how it's done because it's been over a year since I last bottled something. But basically, if I remember correctly, what you're supposed to do is put the cork in here. Of course, there's some spider webs since it's been sitting in the cellar. Anyway, you're supposed to put it on top of the bottle and push. Ah! Okay. Yes. And now it's ready to go back to the cellar. After labeling, of course. But also cleaning the bottles because there has been spillage. I'm so proud of this. I don't even know how it tastes. I'm just proud. And that's the last one with the cork. This unfinished one, like this one that didn't get fully full, I'm going to taste test soon. I hope that actually I'm gonna, wait, no, I'm not gonna try straight from the bottle. I'm cultured. And now I need to wash the floor. Okay, it looks like this branch is the winner because it has several tufts forming, and yes, this is going to be the tree that I will be cutting up a little. Now I'm not sure if this is enough. I will wait once I get to the house, but I have one more task to do in the nature before, and that is collecting some water. And the reason why, the book that I have on my about the yarn dyeing with natural plants and stuff, it says that it's better to use rainwater or water from any naturally occurring water that you have, instead of using well water from the tap, because the tap water has a more harsh pH that somehow can affect the yarn dyeing process, but they didn't specify how. So I'm intrigued about that, but I'm not going to test it, so I'm just going to do what the book says and trust the book and try to collect some water from this stream/ditch that my dad has created here, and try to not fall in. Oh boy, now to get up. We made it upstairs. We made it up the hill, and now it's time to do the probably the most annoying part of this, which is cutting all of these branches up into tiny pieces. And I've decided that I'm not going to even try to weigh these because it will be just an extreme hassle, and I don't feel like doing that. So I'm just going to be cutting these up and dropping them inside the water to steep. Now my book tells me that because the branches are like more solid, like pieces of nature that can be dyed with than plants, these need like a long time to steep inside the water, like 1 to 2 days. And because it's beginning to be like the end of this day, I'm thinking I should keep them inside this water for maybe like 2 days. So I'm going to be actually using this to dye on Monday, and hopefully I will be getting a good amount of like beige-ish, like pinkish beige is the color that the willow branches should create. And I have specifically chosen like younger branches because I kind of think that the younger branches will give more dye. That I haven't confirmed that anywhere though, so that might be not true. But I don't know. I felt like it. Okay, I have finally chopped up all of the branches into reasonably sized pieces. So now it is time to just bottle it up and take it inside for 1 to 2 days, and then we shall continue with this endeavor of dyeing yarn with... Well, I have started my quest of making willow tree branch dye and dyeing it today instead of tomorrow, because I have a lot of stuff that I need to do tomorrow. But what I am doing is simultaneously trying to almost bring to a boil the incredibly large amount of branches, and also in a different pot heat up some alum mordant that is used to sort of soak the yarn in before the dyeing process, so that the actual dye will like stick to the yarn better. Basically, it's like, I don't fully understand the process, but I am just following my book. Well, now that the pot of alum has heated up to 45 degrees Celsius, I put in the forbidden noodles, aka my 150 grams of yarn. One is the skein of the previous wool that I made into yarn a while ago, and one is the carded wool that I made into yarn. So we shall see how it goes, because now this thing is supposed to spend about an hour, like half an hour, getting up to 80 to 90 degrees Celsius, and then just spend an hour like simmering in there. And this thing is supposed to achieve also about 80 to 90 degrees Celsius like heat, and then simmer for like 2 hours, and then we will be ready for the next step. So now it's just a kitchen game. hand-dyed yarn experiment sort of ended up being a bust. Although I did successfully manage to turn two like skeins of yarn in from this off-white color to a beige color, but like according to my book, I was supposed to get something either like orange beigeish or more pinkish beige, but the beige that I got is like a pretty light color. I'm not sure if I did anything wrong or if I should have like harvested the branches of the willow like when they already had their little tufts peeking out. I don't know, but in any case, I achieved something and I managed to dye my very first yarn, which is very fun. And I hope that you enjoyed watching me struggle to do all this. It was quite the process and a lot more work than I thought it would be, but it's definitely not going to be the like the only time I dye yarn myself, because I am now very much invested in doing more of it. Like, oh yeah, and I am continuously in the background working on carding more wool to create more yarn, and this is definitely not the last of my yarn shenanigans. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next video.